Hello, everyone. Today I'll be taking you through the process of cooking for an event. I've been doing this for many years, and through experience, I have learned that is good to prepare some things ahead of the day, and bed is not everything that you can prepare a day before. So, in this video, I'll be showing you things you can prepare before the day so your work will be easy and you'll be able to deliver on time. A lot of times caterers want to do things on that particular day, and they don't meet up with time, and some other people don't know the things they should prepare that particular day, so they prepare some of those things and keep the previous day, and it ends up going bad. So in this video, you'll know the things you should prepare ahead and the things you should cook on that particular day. All right, so you serve fresh food at the same time you are there on time. All right, so I've washed the vegetables that I'll need for jollof rice, which includes tatashi, shombo, and onion. All right, so we're putting it now so we can use an industrial blender for it. So if you have any question, please at the end of the video or maybe while you're watching, leave it in the comments and I'll be so delighted to 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 respond to your questions. So now we finished blending. We didn't use all the onion. We finished blending and we're cooking it down. We cook it proper to keep yeah, that's one of the basic thing we prepare a day before. Okay, we cook it and then we cut the vegetables, and yeah, we cut the vegetables to keep. And then if you have light, if your freezer is good enough and there is constant power supply, you can wash these beans and keep, but don't add the onion. Okay, now if you're sure you're not going to have constant power supply, please wash your beans the next day so it doesn't go bad. Okay, it can cause food poisoning if your beans goes bad. People eat your food and poach, and you don't want that. Okay, so now we wash these beans the next day because we're not sure of power supply. So we have here beans, onion, shombo, a little crayfish. These leaves, we wash them and kept the previous day. Okay, all right. And then chicken, we cooked it the previous day. We cooked the chicken the previous day and fried it the next day. When I say the previous day, is just in the evening. It should be the last thing you do after preparing everything. Okay, it shouldn't be earlier than 6 p.m., right? And then the next day you can fry. All right, so this is the next day. I have fried. I've prepared the sauce for the chicken, and that was a rice. Yeah, now I'm washing the rice. This is yeah, one of the first things we do in the morning when we wake up to cook. Wash the rice, get it ready. I wash it with hot water and salt. I don't parboil my rice. Please don't parboil. And now this is the chicken stock we had from the previous day after cooking the chicken. Yeah, this is the tomato we fried, and the sauce we added, the jollof rice mix. Yeah, and we did um sauce for the rice separately. Okay, now we want to start the cooking process proper. All right, um we have already fried, remember, we have already fried this tomato mixed with the tin tomato and the peppers. Okay, so you can decide to fry it a little bit again, or you put it directly to your stock like we did, because there was not just point frying it again since it was already fried and well cooked. Okay, and then remember, especially if you're using Nigerian tomato, to fry your tomato very well, right? Very important. Now we're adding the spices, the salt, and everything we need, and then we bring it to a boil. It will boil properly before we add the washed rice. Okay, you see that? Make sure the water always boils no matter the type of rice you're cooking before you add the rice. Now if you want to see a full video of how I cook jollof rice, it is here on this channel. All right, and maybe sometime soon I can attach the bulk cooking to to this. But even right now, if you have any question whatsoever about this cooking, please feel free to ask. Okay, feel free to ask. Of course, you know that water shouldn't be too much in your jollof. Okay. All right. Please do well to like the video, do well to leave some comments and share this video so that other people can see. Thank you very much for doing that. Please don't forget to do so. Don't forget to do so. And now we cooked. At some point realized the pepper mix wasn't enough, so we added, and so that is not out of place. Even after cooking, you realize your rice didn't come out well, you can still fry your pepper mix very well, and then you mix it down there. And all right, those are the one of the things we do. Like, some people can just cook and go ahead and say if it didn't come out well, then they don't know what to do. But here, wisdom is profitable to direct. And now these other peppers are the peppers we use for the pepper mix for the chicken. So we blend pepper, tatashi, and onion together, and then we fry it with just a little bit of thin tomato paste. All right. Okay, that is done, and we want to cook the next type of rice now, the rice dish. So let's watch out to know what it is that we are cooking here. The chicken stock is ever present. Adding a little water, bring it to a boil before adding your, yeah, you can see that we strain that. So you can guess the type of rice we'll be cooking here because we strain the stock. This should be fried rice, right? Okay. So bring it to a boil, make sure it's properly boiled, and then you go ahead and add your rice. I use basmati rice for my fried rice, golden cellar, to be specific. All right. So you don't need too much water to cook this. You can, instead of making it to become soggy, adding too much water and making it be soggy, you can always add little water can always add little by little. Okay, all right, that's okay. And then we cover it to cook, and then we go back to check our jollof rice. At this point, yeah, it looks like it's well cooked, but not completely cooked. So we're going to top up just a little hot water, and then we cover it with foil paper, either foil paper or rice bag that is well washed, or a nylon, so the heat can be trapped, right? So at this point, we cover it for it to be properly cooked. Okay, and then we're going back to check our fried rice. Yeah, at this point, our fried rice is almost cooked, but yeah, there's still water, so we're gonna add I have up to 3 fried rice recipes, so you may want to check them out. Yeah, and you can never get wrong with my fried rice recipe. Can never go wrong. Okay, so most times we add the butter before cooking, but this time around we realized that the butter wasn't enough, so we later topped up with a little butter later. All right, so look at that, look at that, look at that jollof. It was so yummy. Everything we cooked for this wedding came out so delicious. So and now if you want to top this later, you need to be careful so that you don't mash your rice and it becomes mashed rice. If you don't know the tactics to do this, you can turn them bit by bit in a bowl. Okay, this is just us ensuring that everything comes out perfect. Now this might be a turnaround for someone. You cook your rice and it doesn't come out well. This is what to do, right? Okay, so you can use a small bowl and mix it properly before yeah, bit by bit. All right. Or but if you don't have what it takes, you can mix it in the pot, but I do not recommend that because you may end up making your rice too soggy. So we're taking it out of the pot now. I'm packing it into the warmer, and we're still putting it in nylon because we want it to be hot, even though we're still going to use warmers at the venue, but it's also good for the food to be hot already. Because the truth is that after dishing out the first batch, you will not even have time to warm it. You keep dishing it out. Yeah, this is the butter we're adding to the fried rice because we want it to be a little more creamy. It wasn't creamy enough. All right. So we continue now. The rice is well mixed, so we pack it. At this point, we're not adding the fried rice vegetables mix that we made, because if you do that, it might end up going bad easily. So we go and mix it at the venue as we dish it into the pans. And now we want to prepare the coconut rice. Mind you, we picked out this from the shell since the day before. All right, so we're just gonna blend it now and extract the juice, then cook the coconut rice. We made some yummy meals for this event, and we always do. Yeah, we're blending it now, and strain it, strain it, boil it, and then cook your rice. Maybe one of these days, but not very soon, I'm gonna post a coconut rice recipe. Yeah. um it is always a bang. We don't cook foods that are not delicious here. Not in this channel, not for my food business. Okay. All right. Get the onion, get the peppers. I like using a mixture of yellow habanero pepper and red habanero pepper for my coconut rice. At this point, it is boiled. I added a little bit of soy sauce because I wanted the curry to go down. Curry that was used to season the chicken. Just a little bit of soy sauce will darken the water a little bit. All right. So I fried that, and then I'm bringing in the washed rice. Look at that. Can you see? Can you see that? These are so rich and yummy. I add liver to my coconut rice. I add liver. I add dried fish. I add a lot of onion. I add a yellow and red habanero pepper. I add a little bit of soy sauce just to change the color so that it doesn't look yellowish like a fried rice. Okay, just because of the curry contents. And now I'm covering it to cook it in slow on low heat, and it's ready. So we pack it out and serve. Pack it out and keep till when it's time to go to the venue. Can you see that? Can you see that? Do you want to book us for your next big event? If you live in Abuja, Nigeria, and you need our services, we're right here. We're right here. Or maybe you want us to cook outside Abuja. I and my team members are available. So we'll do the job. Do not forget to like. Do not forget to leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching me from. Today's shout out goes to Simon Ojima, watching all the way from Abuja, Nigeria. Simon, I'm glad you love the recipes. Please let me know where you're watching me from so I can give you a shout out. All right, now we want to do asun. There are many types of making asun. All right. Some people roast the goat meat from fresh. They roast it on low heat till it is done. But if you don't have the time to do that, you can go ahead cook and then dry it. After cooking, we just dried it. Look at that. We dried, and then we're going to cut it into tiny bites, and then make the asun sauce and garnish it. Look at that. It's all dried and good. It's all dried and good. Yeah. Some people also fry it. Yeah. But I decided to still give it that roasted texture, and and taste flavor. Okay, so we're just gonna keep it here to make sure it retains the hotness. All right, while we prepare the sauce. Okay, everything is done intentionally. Okay, now we want to make the sauce now. Roughly blend your pepper mix. Roughly blend and fry till it is dried. You can add some fry till it is dried. You just watch out to see how we got this done. Roughly blended peppers. This is mostly um you may want to add fresh tomato if you want, if you wish, but you can do without fresh tomato. Roughly blend your tatashi, your green pepper, your onion, and the main pepper itself, the scotch bonnet pepper. All right, so we finished frying it. It was perfectly dried before we added this. Okay, it was perfectly dried. And then after adding your meat, you may want to add some bell peppers, like the yellow, green bell pepper. Yeah, so you can do that. We're going to add that later at the venue. Okay, we don't want it to be completely wilt. Okay, we still want it to have that freshness and good look. All right, so we'll dish this into the warmer that we'll set to the venue. All right, so we'll cook this and then we go ahead and cook some the remaining stuff like vermicelli noodles. And I think we cook that behind the scene. Vermicelli noodles, and the corn we used, the sauces. Yeah. Okay. I'm wondering what we're gonna cook now. Can you guess? We want to make sauce for moi moi. I like using corned beef to make my moi moi. Okay. So I fried tin tomato till the sour taste is completely gone. And yeah, with pepper, with onion, and now corned beef. Yeah, I fry it till it's dry. I don't like seeing fresh corned beef that people just drop inside moi moi. That's not nice now. How do you eat it? How do you guys eat that? Okay, but if that's what you prefer, that's okay. But this recipe, it never disappoints. It never disappoints. I fry till this is completely dry. I fry till it's completely dry. I add a lot of oil because um you need a lot of oil in your moi moi. Okay, so we finished blending the beans that we washed earlier. So we turned it into a very big bowl so it can be properly mixed. Yeah, remember these beans, this is beans with onion and pepper and tatashi, shumbo rather. You can do without tatashi. Okay, onion, shumbo, um a little pepper. Yeah, because the pepper shumbo is already hot. Okay, and crayfish, a little crayfish, not too much of crayfish anyway, please. So this is the sauce of the tomato paste and corned beef that I'm turning inside here. All right, and then I'm gonna mix that properly. Yeah, adding some more sauce, adding some more sauce to ensure that it comes out looking all good and yummy. Now this is the oil we use to fry chicken, so we are just straining that oil, the chicken oil, to add some. Yeah, you can see that is a lot of beans, so We had to add more oil. If we don't add enough oil, it might not come out so well. All right, here we go. So we'll go ahead and mix that properly. We've added the seasonings, the salt, and everything needed to make a good moi moi. You can see that it's still thick, so we decided to add more water to loosen it up. Some more oil. Yeah, we finished turning it, and at this point we're getting the pot ready. We need to put some things. Sometimes we use tin, sometimes we use pot cover to make sure that when you put water, why do we do that? Put water, a little water on the base, you don't fill up your pot while cooking moi moi, so that there will be space while I'm putting those things, so that there will be space that the water can be boiling. All that the moi moi needs to get done is the heat. Okay, right? So we're arranging this now, and we'll soon be done with that. Do you know how to wrap moi moi? All right. It took me a little time to learn this anyway. Okay. I have a short video where I showed how to wrap moi moi. Yeah, so it's doable. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. I'm sure you saw the way I wrapped the first one. If you didn't see, you may want to rewind and see how I wrapped that first one. I took time to show at the first wrap. So cooking a delicious bok moi moi is possible. And we use more than one pot to cook this moi moi, because one pot could have been overloaded, right? So we use more than one pot to cook the moi moi. So you can cook bok moi moi without stress. It's possible. It's possible to cook bok moi moi without stress. All right, so we're just going to find space and lift one of the leaves we put inside and add water, a little water. Remember, you're not covering the leaves. We add water gradually, bit by bit, till everything is properly cooked. Now we're covering it with this rice bag to trap the heat. Okay, that is very important, because if we cover the pot with water, it's going to affect the moi moi and it won't come out nice. All right, we're done with that, and we're heading to pepper soup. This pepper soup, we cooked it the previous day because it's female goats. If you're cooking a male goat, please cook it on that day, oh, please, because male goat is usually soft, okay, and it will cook in no time. We had to cook it and keep, because the process of washing goat meat and all, is not an easy thing. So we just finished washing. Since it was a female goat, please note that since it was a female goat, we cooked it a little bit, right, and knowing that female goat will take time for it to be softened, so we cooked it boiled, we brought it down. Being in the water will still need some time for it. We'll still get it softened, okay, a little bit. So the next day, all we did was to warm it. We added the spices and all that, and we have not added scent leaf yet, because we want it to look fresh. So we'll go and cut it and put it in the venue, right? So cooking does not just end when you're cooking for events. Go eat, when you want your food to look fresh, remember, you are not going to add those leaves. It depends on what you're cooking anyway, right? And when we're cooking, we always cook soup. Soup is always the last thing, because we want it to still be fresh. Okay, soup and maybe salad, right? Those are always the last things. So here is the pepper soup that we're going to use as an appetizer. We're using the pepper soup and the soup that we prepared earlier to as the appetizer. All right. It was so yummy. So we want to cook Chinese rice now. Yeah. So we'll just cook it and pack. We'll not add the sauce because we don't want it to go bad. Okay. And we'll add the sauce at the venue. So this is the Chinese rice that we're cooking right now. Still using basmati. Still using basmati rice. Okay. The rice is done. We're packing it out and we want to fetch some other things right now. Some other things that are left. Right here we're making the sauce for fried rice. The sauce for fried rice. The main fried rice is usually rich with chicken chunks, with egg, with sausages. I mean, you need to eat my food. You need to eat my food. We cook real good food. Okay, so we finished doing the scrambled egg and yeah, and all that that is needed. Remember, we got many people doing many things at the same time, so we're just trying to get the clips just to show you the things you should do and the previous and things you should do on that day. That's the main basis of this video. All right, I hope someone is learning. Hope someone is learning. And at this point we're making the sauces, getting it done, and then we start preparing the coleslaw. Now you see that purple cabbage, that small purple cabbage you're seeing there is a game changer. It's a game changer. You don't need too much of it. It's actually more expensive than the white cabbage, so you just need, like, you can imagine that we did um 8 small cabbage to one small, still small purple cabbage. So we did more than 8. I think we washed the other one in the next yeah, we didn't wash all at once. So but look at that. So yeah, so that will go ahead and cut that in the offline, right? So this is how we cut sausages for fried rice. Yeah, and it comes out looking so yum. It looks so good in the eye and yummy when you test it. We're very intentional. We are very intentional. Look at that. Okay, yeah, the spring onion. Remember, we had already cut the carrots and the other things for fried rice. So these are just the, and that spring onion, do not add it early enough. Is when everything is cooked that you add because you don't want it to wilt. Right. So this particular sausage is for fried rice, and this particular sausage is for vermicelli noodles. Okay. So different things for different people. Now I know that you've enjoyed watching this video. So after cooking, let me round up quickly. After cooking in the kitchen, transportation, those are things you make arrangements for days before the event, right? Transportation, if you are doing rentals, those are things you make arrangement before the event. And somebody must have gone to the event early enough, event venue early enough to go and set up, right? Don't want to go, everybody should go at the same time so that you don't make a mess of your setup. Okay, someone should be there ahead of time, set up, help in getting things in place, all right, before the food goes later. And look at this, we finished setting up and we served the guests and they were thrilled. Everyone was happy. The guests sent an appreciation note later telling me thank you, that the guests said they were happy. Look at that sauce. All right, thank you so much for staying to this point in time. If you stayed to this very end, look at that vermicelli noodles. We cooked it behind camera. It looks so yum. I think I cooked the best vermicelli noodles in Abuja. All right, so Yeah, look at all that garnishing. Okay, so it does not just end in cooking. Look at the fried rice. We later mixed it when we got to the venue and dish it into the pans. I mean, we're intentional. Please do well to like this video. Do well to leave